Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and it's my pleasure to be here today for the MALLORCA Connection, where our topic today is your relationship is over and you're now single again. Yay! Let's applaud for that. Okay. Joining me to discuss this subject is the star of our show, Mr. Roland Friedl. And in case you missed it, we just did the Planet Earth show right before this. So mark your calendars for Mondays with Roland. Roland, come on out. Let's see how you're doing. Hello.
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Great to see you again. And thanks for everyone joining us and watching us wherever you're coming from. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And Roland, you're a coach, a speaker, an author, and a entrepreneur. And I know I ask you this all the time, but people are always joining us. We have new people on the platform. How can you help our audience?
Well, actually, I have a very broad experience in different fields, in business and other fields, and you can see all this on my website. The reason for that is because I was always searching. I was always interested in learning new stuff, trying out new stuff, making the own experience. And then I found out that friends around me and business people and clients come over and they wanted me to share my experience in different fields. So I run a coaching consulting company, a training company where we coach and consult international businesses. We started this more than 25 years ago. Like, I was traveling around the globe for Xerox, for example, delivering sales trainings and management trainings and other companies. We also help startups. We do CEO coachings. That's one part. I'm very involved in men's work. So I go to men's festival. I have in a German men's channel on YouTube, on Roland Media. I'm very engaged in the environment. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff. As I always say, Dr. JACALYN, we have 24 hours every day and every week has 7 days. So yeah, I get up early in the morning and after my exercise, my workout, my daily routine, I'm ready. I'm ready for the day. And that's why I do a lot of stuff, because I'm not watching TV. I don't spend my time in sitting around in bars or stuff like that. So my days are full, but I don't feel stressed because I absolutely love what I'm doing.
And it shows, Roland. It absolutely shows that you are happy and at peace. So our topic today, it's an interesting one because I'm single, you're single, you were in a long-term relationship, and now you're back out there. How does it feel?
Right now, very good, to be honest. Very good, very good. I feel very, very good. But to be honest, after these long relationships, I was a little bit scared and I was a little bit worrying how it's going. But to be honest, I really enjoy it. It doesn't absolutely not mean that I'm not open for another relationship. Absolutely not. But not for any price. But I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy with myself.
So, Roland, when you're in a long-term relationship and then things are not maybe exactly the way you want them to be, or the other person, we don't have to talk specifically about you, but just in general, based on your experience, and now you're not going to have that person in your life anymore, is there a sense of fear, a sense of sadness, and you need to have closure? What are your thoughts?
A good question. I was thinking about before the show about my relationship. I was my first relationship when I was very young, was 3 years, and it was 5 years. Then I met my first wife for 15 years. Then I met my second wife for another 15 years. After that, I was 5 years in a long relationship. Then I was single for 1.5 years. Then I had this year a 2-month relationship, a very short one, and I'm single again. Well, you know, in all the steps in my relationships in my past, when one relationship ended, I immediately was in another relationship. So I was never alone. There was never ever a gap in between. So actually last year it was the first time for me to experience this gap, or I would say to be a single. So I was not stepping in the next relationship. So there was a 1.5 year break, and I was not used to it. And to be honest, I was a little bit scared in the beginning. But you know, when a relationship is breaking, I mean, when you're not very dumb, I mean, I know that most men realize that the relationship ended up when she's moving out, because the ladies they're just preparing. So most men are so occupied with their job or with themselves, or they don't have a sense of feeling that something is going wrong sometimes, and they're really surprised when the relationship is ending and she's moving out. But to be honest, I was always aware about the situation in the relationship, because I know that we're all connected, and when I don't feel good about it, I know that my brother doesn't feel good about it too. So for me, every time a relationship was breaking, it was for me, it was not a surprise, because it was a process. So I was prepared, and to be honest, I was already jumping into the next relationship. When I look back, to be honest, I think it was not a good idea. I should have had breaks in between, and because I realized this last year, as I said, 1.5 year, a little bit more than young 1.5 years single, and I realized how good it is to be by yourself, to learn to be by yourself, to learn to enjoy to be by yourself, not feeling to be by yourself, but not feeling lonely and not feeling bored or scared. It was a learning process, and it was a very, very interesting and a very, very fruitful process for myself to know myself much better. So I really enjoyed the time. I still enjoy it. To be honest, it's harder to get back in a relationship, because now I see so many advantages of being single. But as I said before, I'm still open for another relationship, but not for any price.
Not for any price. I like that. Now, given the fact that you literally live on the road, you are traveling around. I know you have had a relationship where you were able to see the person, but how does that work in terms of the fact that you could literally just in the middle of the night decide to relocate somewhere? Bye-bye, never see you again.
Well, yeah, there are two options if you don't want to stay single. You find a partner that loves to travel with you, maybe together with my motorhome, or the best way for me would be if she has her own motorhome. That's the best one, and we travel together. You know, like living in two different apartments or different houses, and you spend time together, but everybody has a space for them, for himself or herself. That's what, or you have a partner that she says, especially when somebody is in a job in a corporate world or runs a business that she cannot leave, and she said, okay, go do whatever you want to do. I trust you, and whenever I have time, I fly in and you pick me up at the airport, wherever you are. In my example, in South Europe, and you pick me up at the airport. We spend a week or 2 weeks together. Then I'm flying back to my job, and you continue to travel, and then I come back. So. Yeah, that's an option. That's an option. So there are two options: traveling together or seeing maybe once a month or something. You know, I mean, it's like this is like a how you call it, a long distance relationship. Why not? It's working too. Why not? But I don't know how about you, Dr. Chicken, but the older I get, I enjoy it a lot to be by myself and have my time for my stuff more. I really enjoy it. And I don't have to need to be with the partner 24/7. I don't have to need. As I said, I'm open for a new relationship, but I don't have the need for 24/7.
You know, Roland, what would be really interesting to find out is you have this lifestyle, and now you meet a person and they move into your motorhome. They move in with you. It could be a completely different scenario, and you're going, I need more space. I've got to get out of this motorhome. It's too small.
Well, actually, I met somebody in June, and this was a short relationship, 2 months, and then she was ghosting for different reasons. And she was thinking about moving into my motorhome together with her daughter. And it was a little bit scary, but I said, okay, why not? Let's, if you don't try it, how you gonna know if it's working or not? Well, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Yeah, I'm absolutely open. So when I meet somebody, where if okay, we look in the same directions. I mean, we always face challenges. There are always conflicts and problems in a relationship for sure. But that's how we learn. That's how we grow. Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely aware about this. But in a motorhome, it's a little bit a different situation because there's not another room that you can move into or something like that. There's less space. But I mean, in some it's easier. You go for a walk, you walk the dog, you go to the beach, or maybe you go, I don't know, for a sightseeing tour or on the mountains for a day or something. But but sometimes you have a week or even two heavy rain. You're staying most of the time inside. Can be quite challenging in a small place. But yeah, but if you survive this, I guess you survive everything.
Yes, that's a great point. And that really gives the couple an opportunity to work on their communication skills, because if it is pouring rain, you can't do a dramatic exit. Well, I'm out of here. I can't take this anymore. Not that I've ever done that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I guess for many men, I do a lot of men's work, but I know that there are many shows, there are many sessions for women being single. I follow some of them on Instagram, on social media. They do amazing stuff, but most men, I've never seen on social media about divorced men or stuff like that. Always about women, but men facing a lot of challenges because. As I said in the beginning, most men don't realize that the relationship is breaking. She thinks, okay, as long as she's here, she's here. But I see it with my friends that really, especially when she's getting out of the house, it's a nightmare for them. It's an absolute nightmare. They are totally shocked. They're paralyzed in the beginning. I mean, for me, it's okay because first of all, I decided to go out, but and to be honest, I have the advantage. I know cooking. I love cooking, so I can cook for myself. I'm not starving. I don't need somebody around me to cook. What I mean, I don't need a mommy. I don't need somebody cooking for me. I don't need somebody washing my stuff. I can do everything by myself. So I'm independent. But I know many men my age. They just really moved from mommy to the mommy of the kids. and actually she didn't have 2 kids, she had 3 kids because she had to take care about her husband too and doing everything. And a lot of friends in my age, they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to wash their stuff. So when she's moving out, they're really challenged. But this was not for me because I can do everything by myself. So I don't need a partner. I don't need a housewife. Well, actually, when she loves to cook like myself, it's fine too. But I don't need a housewife. I can do my own stuff. So I'm open for a partnership to grow, but not taking care about me. I'm not looking for a mommy like most men do, to be honest.
Yeah, you're the full package, the full deal. So I have a question for you as a single woman. I had someone reach out to me, somebody I know, and the person's interested in dating and having a relationship. And one of the things he said to me during the conversation was, what I'd really like is for you to just come and work with me. And I said, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? And he said, well, whatever you're doing, I don't really know what it is, but I could use somebody to run my businesses. And I thought to myself, goodbye, bye-bye, see you later. Because he wasn't even listening to what I was saying. And instead of finding out more about what I'm doing, he wants me to stop what I'm doing and do what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's the other way around too. It's the way around too. Sometimes I meet somebody and she's always talking about herself and never asked me a single question. And I said, okay, she's not really interested in who I am. Yeah, but bye-bye.
So what I wonder about that, and again, for me, it would be a bye-bye also, is that maybe the person in the one you just mentioned, that scenario, maybe the person is really insecure, or maybe they're a narcissist, but either way, they're not somebody I want to be in a relationship with. But there are many people who are just talking about themselves over and over and over again.
Yeah, people love to hear themselves. Yeah, absolutely. And man, of course, in the beginning you talk more, but maybe you want to impress the other person. But sometimes people do too much, and I only can speak from my point of view. I'm more interested in the other person and want to know about the other person, where she's coming from, where she's heading to, where the dreams, what is holding her back to live the life she really wants to live, or maybe she has some anxieties, so whatever. So I'm always interested in the other person because I want to get as much from the other person so I can make a decision if I want to spend more time or not. So because I know myself, so I'm not talking too much about myself because I know myself. So I wanna learn from the other person who she really is, yeah, and who she wants to become the next year, and why she's into a relationship, and what she's expecting from a relationship, and stuff like that. But yeah.
Roland, thanks for sharing that. And again, I know that you don't watch television, and you know that I watch Netflix, and I've been watching this reality TV show about people that are brought together on an island and they have to make a decision. It's very interesting. So within a 2-week span of time, they have to get to know all of these various people and make a decision of which one they want to leave with. So when you're doing your dating process, are you on what I would call a speed dating platform where it's like, okay, I'm meeting this woman and I've got to know this, this, and this, and I've got to feel something, and it has to happen within a certain amount of time? Or are you somebody who takes his time and it's nice and just relaxed? And if it goes somewhere, great. And even if there's red flags, maybe you can work through it.
Well, first of all, I'm never going on. I'm not on platforms. I don't use Tinder or whatever. First of all, secondly, no, I'm not a fan of speed dating. A very good friend of mine, he does speed dating once a month in Germany, and he always calls me afterward. And I said, how I was, and I said, oh, I met another good guy. And I said, but you're going for the girls? He said, yeah, the girls are crap, but I always met good friends there for a beer. So I don't know why speed dating. No, no, I take my time. We go for a coffee, or on Thursday we go for dinner, and just having time. And it's about taking time. I mean, if I'm not interested in taking my time, why should I date somebody when she's not ready to invest time to get to know each other? Doesn't make sense. But I know, the world is turning around very, very fast. We are consuming very fast, but that's not me. I'm taking time because I want to get a feeling about the person very soon in the beginning. Because I don't want to waste time. I'm not a person who is typing back and forward all the time. I want to meet somebody because I want to see somebody. I love to look in somebody's eyes when I'm talking, or when the person is talking to me. I want to hear the voice. I love the nonverbal communication to observe and get a feeling about the person, and then take it from there. No speed dating. No, it's not. That's my approach, I'm not my approach. And I guess it's a difference if you're just looking for a one-night stand or really for a relationship. And to be honest, I'm not interested in one-night stands anymore. It doesn't satisfy me. So yeah, I take it cool.
Now, how important is the physical chemistry? Does there have to be that spark? Do you have to have those butterflies in your stomach? Do you think to yourself, yeah, I can't wait to get a moment alone with her?
Good question. I'm dating ladies at the moment. They're 15, 20, 30 years younger than me. I don't know why. I'm not hunting. I'm not chasing them, but they're coming to me for any reasons. I don't know. Maybe because I'm not attached to anything. I'm not really looking for something. Of course, they look very attractive. But the physical thing for me is it's the start. When somebody looks like you like the how this person looks like, it's a good start to be attracted, yes. But what keeps me in a relationship is not the looking, it's the attitude, it's the character. Yeah. But of course you date somebody that has a physical appearance. But if you want to ask me what kind of color of the hair or something like that, I don't care about the color of the hair. For me, yeah, of course you feel attracted to a certain type of body shape, yeah, for sure. But this is not the reason to stay in a relationship, because I met many beautiful ladies, top models, Miss Austria, 2 times a Miss Universe. It was fucking boring. So sorry, ladies. We had some good time too.
Now, you're a guy who takes care of himself. You work out, you watch what you eat, you take your supplements, you represent Juice Plus, as do I. Would you ever, let me just say this, have you ever dated someone who was actually very unhealthy and had an unhealthy lifestyle?
No, never ever. No, never ever.
So is that a deal maker for you?
Well, maybe I don't attract person like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But no, I don't remember. But of course, of course, I was dating ladies who smoked, for example, or had a couple of drinks. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But not a very unhealthy. So not a lady like this, who goes 3 times a day to a fast food chain or something like that. No, not at all.
So no one who's bringing home dinner from McDonald's, that's not going to be
Yeah.
working for you.
Oh my God. Also, I never had a lady who didn't know how to cook. Yeah. All my girlfriends and wives, they all know how to cook. But it's not part of the interview, You love cooking. What kind of cooking? No, that's not part of the interview, But yeah, I don't know.
So when you leave the date, you have a first date with someone in your mind, and maybe you haven't even thought about this. So take a couple minutes. Do you have certain questions that you want answered by the end of the first date? Are there certain things that you absolutely want to know, whether you're aware of it or not?
Yes, of course.
Do you want to
Yes.
share them?
Well, I'm always, as I said before, I'm always interesting. What are you dreaming of? What is your biggest dream? Yeah. What do you want to become? What do you want to do in life? Well, you want to travel, or you start a business, or what do you want to do in life? Yeah. What should be different in 5 or 10 years? That's what I'm interested in. Absolutely. That's what. And then I want to check out. Okay, do we have the same? Are we looking the same direction? Do we have the same interest? I always say, I mean, when this is two-person, when it's like this, the person is on this side, the person is this side. There's no match. No, not interested. When it's 100% like this, it's also boring. So there have to be some stuff that we have in common, and the rest we can find out if you want to learn or even support it or not. So, of course, when I'm interested in a lady that looks in the same direction, but she hasn't to be 100% the same like me, because otherwise it's boring. I want to learn something, getting a new perspective of whatever it is. Maybe a different kind of perspective of traveling, a different perspective of lifestyle, a different perspective of building a business, whatever it is. So, that's why I'm asking in the beginning. I always ask question like, okay, where are you heading to? Where's your biggest dream? So I don't talk about your favorite music or your favorite drink or your past relationships. I always have a conversation about where are your goals, what are you dreaming of, stuff like that.
Thanks for sharing that. Now, you get some answers. What are the answers that are actual deal breakers when you say to yourself, okay, she's smoking cigarettes a pack a day? That's a definite no. Or she has different views than you have. Or she says, I have a dream, and my dream is to move to XYZ country in the next year. What comes up for you that you think to yourself, this isn't going to work? How about I want to have children?
When somebody's a heavy smoker and you realize she will never stop it, well, and it's a no-go for me, of course. Another no-go is for me when this person is not flexible. Okay, first of all, when she's not willing to travel with me, or when she wants to stop me from my traveling. I said, no, if in a relationship, I want you to give it up. If somebody forces me to give up anything, I'm gone. And actually, I met a very young lady. She's 30 years younger than me, and we meet once a week. And I told her, I have no idea if it makes sense, and I have no idea how far we go together. But I told her, I will spend the winter not here in the country with you. I will go south. I won't give it up. And she said, that's cool. I love it. I love that approach. I love men who know what they want, and then we find a way how we can organize it, that we can meet once in a while, and that's cool. So if somebody doesn't want to stop me, that's cool. But if somebody said, no, I don't like a man like this, I don't like him, bye. So if she tries to change me in the first date, oh, but I love this, because then you have a clear no. You can always live in, like in business, a clear yes or a clear no. So the sooner you get the no, the less time and energy you waste.
So in this situation, will this person be traveling to meet you?
Yeah, she will come in winter on holiday. Yeah, we had a discussion before if she's renting out a motorhome and heading down, or I said maybe you're faster and cheaper when you just get into an airplane and I pick you up somewhere. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you absolutely love about being single?
Cool. To be honest, I can do whatever I want to do. I stand up, I get up in the morning when I want to get up, and I go early. At my last relationship, she was a long sleeper and I was an early bird, so this was really challenging. I can do what I can. I get what I want. I can eat what I want. I can drink what I want. When I'm not an alcoholic, but I can do whatever I want. Nobody tells me do this or do this, because my last relationship, she was like a mom. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I'm living in a motorhome. I can travel wherever I want. I can stay as long as I want. If I don't like it, I go somewhere else. Totally freedom. I'm the master of my own day, 100%, no compromise. I'm 100% master of my own day, and I really enjoy this, because in all my relationships, to be honest, I was always working hard, building up businesses. And in my relationship, most of the time I was doing what my wife or my girlfriend wanted. Let's spend holiday there. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. I always said yes, just to have harmony and no conflict in my relationship. And I really enjoyed it that I'm a free spirit and a free will, and now I can do whatever I want. And that's what makes it hard to go back in a relationship. Really, that makes it hard.
It's hard to give up that independence and that freedom. I know with me, it's amazing. You don't have to check in with anyone. You don't have to ask anyone's permission to do anything. But at the same time, there's no one there. So you have to weigh that. Now, it sounds like you have a pretty good plan. You've got a pretty good system in place where you have people whom you're dating. And at the same time, you're getting ready to leave and go spend the winter south. And you can meet people there. You can have the people you have here. So when does it get to be at a point, if at all, being single, where you want to be with just one person? Does that happen?
What do you mean exactly?
So you're dating a few women right now. What would it take for you to be just committed to a relationship with one of them? Because it's kind of fun to date more than one person, isn't it?
Well, at the beginning, I was worrying a little bit. I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, what, I'm not used to date different girls on the same time, more or less. But actually, I'm very open. I'm very honest to everyone. But he said, enjoy it. You're single. You're not responsible for anything. So you don't have to apologize or whatever. Yeah. So I enjoy it. But where is the point where you say, okay, this is the one? I didn't think about it. I've thought about this one who really shows up in Italy maybe for Christmas. I'm gonna make a decision, because all these girls I'm dating, they're so amazing. They look good. We look in the same direction. They're very interesting. These are really persons who work on themselves, really work on themselves. It's not this I don't know how to say in English. We say this Tussi in German. This bitch who is only interested in material stuff and always on Instagram and on photo and this is boring for me. So no, they're all very amazing, beautiful, very spiritual persons. So it's hard to make a decision. But why don't make a decision right now?
Yeah, you don't even have to make a decision.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, what are some of the things that you miss from being in a permanent relationship with one person?
What I miss? Oh, nothing. To be honest, because the point is when I'm together with somebody, I'm full in. I'm full in. I'm full in. That's why the process of coming together takes longer, because I really have to keep in mind different things. You know, how she looks like, how she talks, how she behaves. Does she have the same goals and dreams, the same vision? How is the sexual life is also very important in a relationship. So when everything is perfect, you know, more or less perfect, and I make a decision, I'm in. I won't miss anything, because this means when I'm in a relationship, a perfect relationship for me means that I have my space, my freedom for myself, to work on my projects, or do my sport, or meet my friends. I'm not talking about cheating, you know, but just have my own space. When I'm just fine. I don't miss anything.
Now you meet someone and you're really into her, she's really into you, and she says, Roland, everything we have is perfect, but we need to get a house. This on the road thing, it's got to stop. We need to get a house. We need to settle down.
I would say yes, honey, not today. Yeah, not today. Yes, yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah. Let's plan it.
Let's put it on the to-do list.
Yeah, let's plan it. Okay, let's plan it. Let's make a plan. Yeah, but the first thing is where, you know, I guess for me, settle down. Yeah, of course, I'm open to that. But the question is where. I guess the question is where. Yeah, that's
Well, now,
really different.
What about the question, you're dating women who are of childbearing age and they want to have children? You want to be a dad again?
No, clear no.
Definite no. So if a woman wants to have children, then that's a deal breaker.
I guess it's a deal breaker for her, because I would be very. I have this conversation with this young lady. She's 30 years younger than me, and there was a clear conversation. So if you want a kids, I'm the wrong guy. I'm the absolutely wrong guy. So it's up to this person. For me, it's not a deal breaker, because it's impossible. You know, it's impossible. I'm a dad of 3, so it's impossible. If I would be so crazy to say yes, no, it's still impossible biologically. It's impossible. So, I sorted this problem out after my 3rd child. So it's biologically impossible. So it's not for me a deal breaker; it's for her a deal breaker.
Well, I didn't know about that, and I'm learning things every day. So thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. Okay, so that's on her. She has to make that decision. So for people who are out there and they're watching now or watching later, and they're in a relationship and they're really not happy, but they're terrified of being out on their own. Let's face it, there's some people who've been in a relationship, maybe they're with the same person 20, 30, 40 years. What would you say to them are some of the steps to take so that they can realize that this could be a wonderful chapter in their life?
Well, first of all, it's not my business to give somebody tips in a relationship, because in a relationship, you know, we have emotional dependencies. There are a lot of emotions in, so because every situation is different. And I know how hard it is, because I remember when I was in a very toxic relationship, all my friends said, get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. I didn't get out of it. And I was listening to my friends, but I didn't take the action. So it's a little bit difficult. But when somebody is willing to step out, of course, it's scary, especially when you're in a long-term relationship. It's scary to be by yourself in the beginning, but it's a very healing process, first of all. Sometimes it's challenging when you have a house together, or maybe you have a business together, and especially men, they don't want to give up. They say, yeah, because when a divorce costs me a hell of money. But what I found out is, at the end of the day, when we check out from this planet, nobody, you cannot take any house with you or any money with you. So why don't you want to spend the years that are left in joyful, happy, as a single or with another person? So when the relationship is not working, when you really did everything to save it, and it's not working, get out of it. Get out of it as soon as possible. And if you lose money, who cares? Who cares? I mean, why are you so attached to the money? leave the house, leave the cars, start a new life, and be happy and enjoy every day. Enjoy every day. Take a look at your body, eat clean and healthy, work out, get in shape, and you find new people and build it up new. Why not? Why not? I don't understand people why they stay in a toxic relationship because of money or material benefits. That's what I absolutely don't understand. Because at the end of the day, as I said, you can take anything with you. You leave everything behind. You can take anything with you. But what you can take with you is having a good life the last years you have. And that's my advice. And think about it. Make your choice. A happy, joyful, fulfilled, another 20, 30 years or whatever, depending how old you are, or stuck in this shit and be unhappy. It's everybody's choice.
It's so true. And you and I have discussed this before, but it seems to me, and I know it's not really the case, but as I've gotten older, it just seems like time goes by so much faster. And, I remember in March, I just turned 60. I'm going to be 61 come in March, the next March. I'm closer to 61. It just seems to fly by. So to spend time with somebody that you're really not into, or they're not into you, no, you've got to just realize that that's what we have, time. And choose wisely. And I know you're choosing wisely and you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was scared too, as I said in the beginning. I was scared too when I started to be single, but it's a learning process, and you always meet somebody. I have a very lovely story. When I was living on the island of Mallorca, I heard the story of a couple. In Mallorca, it's an island, and sorry guys, but most people are very simple. That have been farmers for decades and decades. So the younger generation is more educated, but the older people not. And there are many, many people on this island who never left the island. And some of them never even left their small village. So I met some of these persons. And there is a story about a guy his wife passed away, and he met another lady who, her husband passed away, and he was in his 80s and she was in their 70s. And they dated secretly, so nobody in the village knew it, have been knowing it or realized it for over 20 years secretly. They always had lunch together on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday they had a secret lunch together. That's all they did over 20 years. And when he became 100 or something, 98 or 99 or 100, something like that, he said, he made it public. And he said, if I'd known that I would get that old, I would have made it officially and have proposed and married you. It's a funny thing, yeah?
Yeah,
so they dated secretly for 20 years. So what I want to tell you is it doesn't matter how old you are, you always find a partner. I don't believe that there's only one single partner in this 9 billion people around the world. This is just bullshit. You always can fall in love, and you in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and you can still have butterflies. Well, yeah, these butterflies never die. Still there.
Well, I'm very happy for you. And it seems like you are just grabbing life and embracing it. So we have had many conversations, you and I. What's it been? How many shows have we done together?
I guess over 200.
Over 200 shows. And you've learned things about me, and I've learned things about you, and it's been just a great time. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and thanks for sharing today and just being so open.
Yeah, but they all I realized get rid of the mask, and I don't have to prove anything. I have to lose everything. People like me, or they love me, or they don't like me. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Well, I know there have been, I don't even think I've told you this, there have been a number of women who've reached out to me over the 200 episodes. That handsome Roland, you're so lucky you get to work with him.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, wherever you are. Thanks.
So, my friend, we are at the end of this particular episode, and I want to just spotlight you again and whatever it is you'd like to share with the audience before we close out.
Yeah. First of all, ladies, please don't send me proposals, okay? I'm happy like I am. This was not the intention of this show. Okay, first of all, yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah. If you want to reach out to me. Everyone who wants to connect and share, I love to connect with people. I'm always love to network. I love to meet people in real life or virtually. I met many friends virtually, and then we met 1 or 2 years later in real life, and it's very interesting. I always want to connect and get to know other people. So feel free to connect me and contact me. The best way is send me an email, and then we can maybe switch to a phone or a video conference, whatever. It's office at my name, roland.friedl.com. I will spell it for you guys. It's office at ROLANDFRIEDL.com. And then we take it from there. Maybe you want to talk about a business issue. Maybe you want to talk about a man's issue, a travel issue, a health issue, environmental. Let's connect and let's see where the journey is going. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Roland. And I look forward to some more laughs again next week when we return with It's Your Healthy Lifestyle and the Mallorca Connection.
Yes. Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. We'll be back with our next show shortly. Please go over to our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio, and just click subscribe. We'd love to have you with our family. Okay, bye for now.
Yes.